welcome to Much More Music on this Tuesday night. My name is Karina Huber, and this week we've got some pretty extraordinary women for you in the bios, and tonight is no exception. She's got a real rags to riches tale, almost like a fairy tale life. No debating, though, that she went through some hardships when she was growing up. When both of her parents passed away, she did the right thing, put her career on hold, and took care of her siblings. But there was no stopping this woman's talent. Fate intervened, and she went on to be the female solo artist with the highest-selling album of all time, with her '97 release, Come On Over, that sold 34 million copies. And now she is Canada's second biggest artist of all time, second only to Celine Dion. She lives in Switzerland, she's got a baby boy, and is married to a major rock producer. Talking about Shania Twain. Here she is in the story of.
It does make you look back and say, wow, look at everything that's happened in these last 10 years. It's just been a really powerful decade for me.
I couldn't be any luckier in my life right now. I come from nothing, and I feel like I have everything.
Once again, today's special guest, Shania Twain.
I think the whole look of it was just different. It was original and different, and I think that was refreshing to people. It may not last forever. You're only new once, you know. This is only going to happen one time, so I'm enjoying it. Now, I really just simply, I'm doing it for pleasure. Right now, I'm just looking and going, wow, I'm just so grateful.
I'm having a party for two, inviting nobody.
For Shania Twain, the road from her childhood home in Timmins, Ontario, to her new adopted home right here in Switzerland directly mirrors her rags to riches story. Through hard work, determination, and drive, she has gone on to sell almost 80 million albums worldwide, making her one of the planet's biggest recording stars ever. While selling that many records, she has become a wife and a mother, and now a pause has been taken in the form of a greatest hits record. It's time to reflect on the story of Shania Twain.
The timing of it is more just, it's time, I think. We have enough material to put out a proper greatest hits album.
It doesn't matter what you wear, 'cause it's only gonna be you and me there. I'm having a party for two.
Because it's a time of reflection. It does make you look back and say, wow, look at everything that's happened in these last 10 years and all the music that we've made and everything that's happened because of these songs. It's just been a really powerful decade for me.
I thought I had big dreams. I always planned on making it somehow, but I never dreamt that making it meant this.
It is a kind of a rags to riches. It's just that same old, you know, once upon a time I was nobody and now all of a sudden I'm getting all this attention.
I come from nothing, and I feel like I have everything.
My life has changed so much. It's so different from where I started. You know, I live so much in the present and the future that my life from the beginning it's another lifetime already. You know what I mean? It's so far from where I am right now.
Mama never seemed to miss the fine things in life. She did. She never did say so to Daddy. And she never wanted to.
How big was the counter you first performed on?
About kind of like that bar counter, yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, I was 3 when I did that.
Wow.
And
good thing it didn't fall off.
that was my first stage, you know, my first little stage. So.
And Mama never wanted any more than what she had. She did. She never did say so to Daddy.
Once again, today's special guest, Shania Twain.
Staying home, she did. She never did say so to Daddy. And she never missed the flowers and the cards he never sent her. She did. She never did say so to Daddy.
I just thought that artistically we were more open somehow. I didn't feel as restricted growing up in Canada by all of that. We had one radio station in Timmins when I was a kid, and they all in the same hour would play Stevie Wonder, Dolly Parton, and maybe Led Zeppelin or something like that, all in the same hour. And they all influenced me so much that my music ended up being kind of a blend of a lot of different things.
Country music is, I don't know, it's still your grandpa's music, but it's also your daughter's music. It's just, it's getting bigger and better all the time. I mean, when you lose two people that close to you in your life, your world is over, your life is over. You kind of feel like that. I mean, I certainly felt that my singing career was over, and that was sort of my life.
God bless the child who suffers.
My main responsibility was to my family. I had to be there for them, settled their affairs, became the executrix of the estate, and just took on a bunch of stuff that I knew nothing about. You know, dealing with their mortgage and their taxes. And during the time that I had my brothers, I didn't give up singing entirely. I worked at a resort, like kind of did a nightclub type act. For a couple of years, it paid the bills and educated me very much on a different side of entertaining. You know, my parents' death was a terrible thing for me, but in a sense, it also affected me in a positive way. I had a new drive, a drive that I'd never had before. I just thought, you know, I cannot let all the years that my parents put into my career just slip away. I have to do them proud. You can make a tragedy work for you and really allow it to let you grow and just become a stronger person.
Then I start to tremble from my head down to my feet. I become your piece of clay to do with what you please.
This is true, though. This is where I come from. This was shot in my hometown. This was shot in Timmins, Ontario, in a farm field where I'm from. And that is, I mean, that is me. I'm from 500 miles north of here. So we get that snow, it's real. Mind you, there's been a lot of people in Nashville that has done the exact opposite of what you're thinking and said, now, is that fake snow? Is that wolf superimposed? Is that real? Yes, that is real. It's all real and it's where I'm from.
As the words came out, I heard a voice inside me say, what made you say that? Was it the moonlight? Was it the starlight in the bright? What made you say that? Have you been listening to your heart?
It was just weeks and we were negotiating a contract in Nashville for an international deal. I mean, that was such a big thing. I didn't have very high expectations. Just getting a contract, that was making it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you felt like you've made it now, but was there a pivotal moment where you realized all the hard work did pay off and that you have arrived to a moment that you've aspired to be at?
I think that right now is the first time I can say that I'm feeling that. You know, because what is making it? I don't know. I mean, if I just looked at making it and what I thought making it was when I first started, I made it after my first 100,000 record sales. Wow. I would have said I've made it, you know, because I didn't have very high expectations. I was grateful for everything. I came from nothing. Wow. Just getting a contract, that was making it.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought you'd take forever and a day. What made you say that? Was it the moonlight? Was it the starlight in the bright? What made you say that? Have you been listening to your heart? It's too late now. I won't let you take it back. 'Cause I know love's what made you say that.
It's happening quicker than what I had expected.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's happening very fast. And it has from the day I got signed, from the day I showcased. It was just weeks and we were negotiating the contract in Nashville for an international deal. I mean, that was such a big thing.
Don't let the green grass fool you. Don't let the moon get to you. Dance with the one that brought you and you can't go wrong.
You didn't take the standard route, which was, you know, do the bar scene for 12 years,
Right.
fire demos to 6 different A&R guys week after week. You bypassed that whole thing.
I did, and you know why I did? I chose to do that. You gotta understand now, a lot of people in the industry don't start, not everybody, but I know a lot of people that I've met, they don't start doing bars and all that until they're of age.
till they're in their late teens or after they get out of high school. Not me. I was doing the bars when I was 8, and I did it for a long time. So when I did, when I did get out of high school, I mean, I did go on tour even after I got out of high school on the road, and I was doing bars for about the first year. But then after that, I didn't do it anymore. I started to get into other things. I started getting into doing gala shows. I mean, I did the bar scene when I was a kid. For years, I did that. It's like, well, how many more bars can you do? You don't learn anything more after that. I wanted to learn something more, and I went out and I did that.
Let the whole world fall apart. You're all I ever need. You lay a whole lot of love on me.
My music ended up being kind of a blend of a lot of different things. So when I went to Nashville with my songs and my whole idea of how I saw my career, they were much more in a very, in sort of a country mold of that time, of the 90s. It wasn't even a country mold that I knew. The country that I knew was more like Dolly Parton and Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson, people who were raw and real. They were unique. So when I went to Nashville, and I thought there was a unique spot for everyone. But so I was surprised by it, is what I'm saying.
Have you seen the changes that you directly or even indirectly caused?
I mean, it's changed, It's changed a lot since I came out. What made you say that, I think, was pretty groundbreaking in a lot of ways. And that's before any success, before Mutt, before anything.
I thought you'd take forever and a day. What made you say that?
And it was so risque for country. The whole thing of it, like a guy on the beach and the whole, I mean, it wasn't something I don't think they had ever seen on, on their, in their world, of country music. So it was groundbreaking even at that time. But I mean, since then, I mean, I've been told, this is now happening in country music and whatnot. I mean, whether it's because of, I mean, it's not because of me. I'm sure that just people maybe were inspired, and maybe some people within the industry said, wow, we've got an artist who's got something that we wouldn't have considered 6 months ago or a year ago. But now that Shania's doing that, so it's not like, I think the artists who've come out with things that you maybe hadn't seen before in country, they obviously always had all of that going on. It's just the industry's opened up to them now.
Such a buzz was created about it. So many people talked about your video.
Well, I think that for country music, it's different. I think it's kind of refreshing because it's different. I mean, videos are crucial, so. And I think I've just done a video that was just a little different visually, but it was very colorful, fashionable. Videos in country are fairly new, really. It's really taking off now, and it's becoming a really great tool, and I think it's necessary. I think that the people need, especially in country music, they want to know the person that's singing that music. They want to see you, and they want to know you.
Maybe, just maybe, he'll want to be my baby. What if he's got plans of his own? I'm waiting for the perfect moment, looking for the perfect phrase.
Now, you were there at the same day that Mutt first met Shania. It was backstage at Fanfare.
I think country and rock and roll have lots in common, and the thing I like about something like this is it's so unusual to see the connection between the fans and the performers so close. I mean, rock and roll, they throw them off the stage. Here they bring them on the stage.
What was that a question of? Both you two hanging out and then him meeting her? Or what happened? Can we talk about this?
Sure.
Okay.
Basically,
you were smitten with her too, I remember.
No.
You weren't?
No. Play the new Shania Twain video then. No.
Okay.
Let's get this straight. Let's set the record straight.
Okay.
Mutt wanted to meet her, and I came with him to Nashville because I was working on a song with him, and the whole reason he was there was to meet Shania. He had a crush on her.
Wow.
And so he went to meet her.
That's a beautiful love story because they ended up getting married.
Right.
What made you say that? Was it the moonlight? Was it the starlight in your eyes? What made you say that? Have you been listening to your heart?
And then when we got together and started writing is a very intimate process. You really get inside each other's imaginations and everything like that, and it can be a lot of fun too. So we started to get pretty close during that time and just got to know each other really well through songwriting.
He started working with Shania. I remember the big buzz was, well, it's a countrified leopard.
They're going to say that anyway, though, aren't they?
Any man of mine.
What was your reaction? Because I'm sure you were hearing comments like that, too.
Yeah, we heard it, and it just sounded like, to me, it sounded like someone had succeeded in, again, creating the hybrid. He took country music to the masses. He actually took it to a totally different place, you know, even different countries. To me, I thought it was a great hybrid that actually worked. And the fact that it was still country, but it was pop as well.
What is the most popular music? That's pop music. So there's no reason why a country artist cannot be in pop. There's no reason why a rock artist can't be in pop. A rap artist can't be in pop. So, you know, I think we all belong there. I think anybody who's worthy of mass appeal is a pop artist.
Any man of mine, better walk the line. Better show me tease and squeeze and please and kind of time. I need a man who knows how the story goes.
I just found it fascinating. What I wish I could have been was a fly on the wall of every office in Nashville when that record started to break. Because, like, they just didn't want to know. They hated the fact that...
He was an outsider.
Absolutely, it wasn't pure, you know, it was like they were tainting it.
This guy's bastardizing our music, and then within 6 months, they're all going, sign me an artist that sounds like Shania.
Right, in the same breath, yeah. The thing is, you can't put it in a bottle anyway. So, first of all, the Mutt factor, that's unique to Mutt. He's a talent all on his own, and we are a team. And together, we have had lots of luck or whatever, success. Together, we've had a power together. More success than he's ever had on his own, and certainly more than I had ever anticipated for my future.
Whose bed have your boots been under?
Even The Woman in Me, 10 million albums, that was a lot for a female Canadian with a rock producer. It really was a recipe for disaster.
Nothing surprises me when it comes to Mutt, so.
I didn't even realize that my vision was going to be so offensive.
Whose bed have your boots been under? And whose heart did you see, I wonder? This time did it feel like thunder, baby?
So what is a Shania record? I don't think anybody really knows. A Shania record is Mutt and Shania collaborating. That's what a Shania Twain record is.
Whose bed have your boots been under? And whose heart did you see, I wonder? This time did it feel like thunder, baby? And who did you run to?
Mutt brought in an element that was fresh and new for country music, but was very sensitive to the sound of country music because he's such a big fan of country. And at the same time, I was always such a huge fan of rock and pop and anything other than country. I mean, because I had grown up singing country music, it was almost like I would listen to other styles of music for inspiration to write country songs, if that makes any sense. You kind of have to get out of yourself every once in a while to get inspiration. And he does the opposite. So we would both tap into each other's styles of music for inspiration. So we really complement each other that way.
I think that that's the way it is with any partnership. You're two separate entities until you come together, and then when you come together, you create something different than you would have on your own. We both influence each other very, very much.
Let me make it clear to you, my dear. If you're not in it for love.
Did it surprise you how well that album took off with his help?
Listen, nothing surprises me when it comes to Mutt, so if he's into it, I'm sure it'll do well.
We're just lucky with the timing. I think a lot of people out there that have grown up listening to rock can still relate to our music, but yet the people that love country still relate to it. For some reason, it's got just enough of both elements to attract the masses. That's Mutt's talent, because he just has a really good sense of what balance is. He's a very good gauge.
It's a beautiful place when you kiss my face. The woman in me
broke a lot of rules in terms of the Nashville establishment. That's unheard of in country music. How did you get away with it?
Is it still unheard of?
I think so. I think so. Well, I think a lot of people look to you as a new yardstick.
Well, first of all, my ideas were honest ideas. The way I saw myself, the way I saw my videos, the image I saw, the way I saw the music and everything, it was just coming from an honest place. But as I started to make them a reality, then people would say, oh, I don't think they're going to like that, or that's never going to get on the radio, or that's never going to get on TV. Well, then I started to realize, wow, I'm just running into all these walls. It was quite frustrating. But so I didn't know going in there that, oh, I'm gonna like turn this industry upside down or anything like that. I didn't even realize that that my vision was going to be so offensive or so unusual or so different or groundbreaking or any of those things that it's been labeled since then. I didn't. I really didn't. In The Woman in Me, 10 million albums, that was a lot. For a female Canadian, wasn't even American. And that was an unprecedented amount of records for a female, for anyone. With a rock producer. You know, it really was a recipe for disaster. I could have failed so flat on my face after that. And it didn't.
Just go faster, faster, don't be slow. Rev it up till your engine blows. You in my love, you in my soul, you in my heart. Yeah, you get it all. Well, you in my love.
The relationship started off as a photo session for the album cover, and for the photos inside the album sleeve and all that kind of stuff. And then it went on to being one and then two videos. So it was a great relationship. Bo was very much involved in the production end of things.
You worked with Shania Twain. Your husband worked with Shania Twain.
He took photos and I produced, and John directed her first two videos. And that was before her album was released. So it's been so much fun to see her success. She's such a good girl.
She was saying backstage how much she appreciated what they did for her, how they started her out.
She's great. It was a great learning experience for me to be able to work with someone like that. It had nothing to do with what, you know, whether it was country or not, or none of those things mattered to him. It was just, let's just bring out your personality. That's what it was all about, and I liked that a lot. I really thought that was the way to do it.
We'll have a little girl, okay, one more time. And when we go to that turnaround, give a couple extra beats in there. Yeah. Here we go, count it in.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Am I dreaming or stupid? I think I've been hit by you. I want bells to ring, a choir to sing, the white dress, the guest, the cake, the car, the whole darn thing, but no one needs to know right now.
I guess it's probably at the anniversary of about the length of time we took to put it all together and everything, we get this type of thing as a reward, and I tell you, it's paid off big time, as they say.
No one needs to know right now. I'll tell him so.
I really do take pride in trying to write music that people can relate to, and that people can relate to on an everyday basis, lyrically and musically. You know, and I want people to feel good, because that's what I get out of it, and that's what I'm trying to share.
One of the reviews for the record talked about how there was some reverse discrimination. But guys wouldn't mind because they wouldn't notice.
And I can be late for a date, that's fine, but you better be on time.
Just having fun. I think a general attitude amongst the women that I know and the women, you know, the women in my life, is definitely just to have fun with the fact that we're quite liberated these days and quite in charge. In this period of time that we are in the world, I think we just sort of feel a confidence about ourselves. And I like to have fun with that. It's as simple as that. I suppose if I was being politically correct, or I was trying to be, then maybe I would avoid that part of my sense of humor. But I mean, give me a break. I have fun poking around with that humor. People know my personality. I wear that on my sleeve. My personality is in my songs. There's no doubt about it. That's, you know, when you see me in concert, what you see is what you get.
There's hope and faith, and we must understand that all God's children need is love and us to hold their little hands. Yeah.
Have you had to develop a thick skin over the years?
I started off with a thick skin. And I like to step out of the fame. Fame is fantasy. It's all fantasy. I'm just a real person sitting here right now. I leave it whenever I get the chance. I forget about me, the performer, every chance I get.
It is true. I mean, I am exactly the same person. I still live the same lifestyle at home. It's no different.
What can we expect on the new album?
I'm just bursting, honestly, with excitement about this new album because it's more of the same in a certain way. As a songwriter, I've hopefully improved, and I'm going to be giving more on the new album than I did on The Woman in Me. I'm not going to be holding back as much as I did on the first album. And I just hope everybody ends up being as excited about it as I am in making it.
Must have been the way he walked, all the sweet talk. I guess I doggone gone and done it.
We just get along so great. We work so well together. Doesn't matter where we are, what we're doing, we're just always creating, and we're like two peas in a pod, the two of us. Music is such a part of our being that it's part of the person. So I love him for all of those things. I mean, I love everything about him, the person, the genius, all of that. I think we've just grown together is a better way to put it. We've grown together. We influence each other musically. We influence each other as partners in life. The two of us are really a true team in life. Really, we are.
Don't be stupid, you know I love you. Don't be ridiculous, you know I need you. Don't be absurd, you know I want you. Don't be impossible. I'm mad about you. I can't live without you. I'm crazy about you. Don't be stupid. You know I love you.
If I don't win, I don't care. You know, I'm happy for whoever wins. I'm a big fan of so many artists out there. And I know what it takes to become successful. You know, I know that it's a lot of hard work, and if someone else wins and I don't win, I don't care. I'm not competitive in that way. We're just all in this together, and we all just do our own thing individually. And you know, every time a fan goes to buy a record of mine, that's an award. So I have a lot of those now.
No, we're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life.
I'm really starting to get recognized for what I do. And that's writing songs and singing them, and it's great. It's nice to be patted on the back after all these years.
Well, if you're not needed for love, well, if you're not willing to give it all you got.
You've won tons of awards in the past. This is the World Music Award. Is it more special because it encompasses the whole world?
I love anything to do. I love everything that crosses borders like that. I mean, I never believe that entertainment or any of the arts should have borders in any way. I don't put a lot of emphasis on awards because the competition factor, I think, is it's a little silly, because how can you say one artist is better than the other? I give all of my awards away. I just don't collect things like that. I thank very much all of the fans who've supported me this past year. My husband and producer, Robert John Mutt Lange. I don't know what else to say, but a big fat thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Well, it just seems for the longest time, people around you were always concerned with sales and career milestones and stats. You, it seemed, turned that off.
Yeah, I really don't pay attention because it would drive me crazy. My favorite moments in all of this is when I'm on stage with and the fans are there. If that was my whole entire career and it was isolated to that, I would be happy. I'm not counting records when I'm standing up on stage and people are singing along with the music and the whole vibe is happening and it's loud and it's exciting. And that's the fun part. That's what I get out of it.
Man, I feel like a woman.
I don't have time to sit around and think about how many records I'm selling. Of course I know. I mean, people say, okay, you've sold this, you sold that, here are the statistics. This is the record you've broken. And for that moment, I'm pleased. I'm pleased with that. It's like, great, that's fantastic. But it doesn't take up any room in my mind.
You kind of get a little spoiled. I mean, you know, you have a car waiting for you and you arrive anywhere at an airport and you fly first class and all these things that, you know, that I really couldn't do before. And so in that sense, my life has changed a great deal. I'm enjoying the luxuries of life in a sense, is what I'm saying, that I never had before. But at the same time, I've kind of gone back to the basics as much as I can. So I have a real contrast going in my life right now. So I never really focused on being a celebrity. And so I guess that same attitude is just sort of stuck with me. I really don't feel like a celebrity. I'm really not sure what that is, you know. But for the most part, I just try and live my life like a normal person. The less fuss, the better. I don't like to have a huge entourage. You know, I like to keep things as normal as possible.
Does that kind of strike you as ironic that you're still exactly the same person, but now people are falling all over themselves? Can I take your picture?
It's really funny. It is true. I mean, I am exactly the same person. I still live the same lifestyle at home. It's no different.
It's all about the music. If it's not related to the music, then it's got nothing to do with fame. And I don't think my family should have to be exposed to that, so I keep it very separate. I'm very private that way. And I like to step out of the fame. Fame is fantasy. It's all fantasy. I'm just a real person sitting here right now. I can see you, you can see me. I don't live it. I leave it whenever I get the chance. I forget about me, the performer, every chance I get. I literally just am not that person unless I'm that person for that moment. But
it's easy to step in and out, because today you're doing a lot of press. You have to be that person. When the day is done, is it hard to?
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm being a different person, don't forget, right? So, I mean, this is me, I'm just being myself. But stepping in and out of the role is not meaning that you're changing personalities. Doesn't mean so it's easy. When I'm at home, we're not talking about me, the singer. And, I mean, nobody really cares about any of that. I'm cooking dinner or giving Asia a bath. So, yeah, this is me, the professional, I guess you could say. I mean, yeah. And I go in and out of that pretty easily. And whenever I'm not on camera or I'm not on stage, I am just wife, mom, sister, friend, whatever.
Really cool.
Did she give you any advice before you went on?
No, I just met her on stage. Just walked out on stage and was like, nice to meet you.
So on opening night right here at the Corel Center, guess who walked out to a packed house full of confidence and proceeded to knock everybody out with her performance? Look familiar? This is a 14-year-old Avril Lavigne just before heading out to the show. And you can see she's holding a picture of me, which is very cool because here I am 4 years later on the very same stage holding a picture of her. How cool!
What made you say that? Was it the moonlight?
It's just been quite extraordinary to follow all the record breaking she's achieved. It's just been a wonderful climb. It's been great to watch her succeed. We just got together and talked for a while. Just amazing how we both have so much in common.
She's really cool. I mean, we sat there and talked for a couple hours one time, and
She's very proud of you.
Congratulations are real.
it's really funny, the connection that we have, and it's a really funny story that, you know, I was 14 and I won a contest and I sang with her, and now I'm in her world. It's a really funny story, but it's a really cool story.
Watch TV, get off the phone, give a dog a bone. Hey, hey, honey, I'm home.
I just thought it was shocking that people were surprised by it.
That I was bearing my midriff, I mean.
Oh, you know, it is kind of silly, I know. I don't know why a midriff has become such a thing. Because, I mean, there's been so many midriffs before me. It's not like I was the first person to do that. I think it was because, you know, I think it started from that first video, the What Made You Say That video. That may be the very first time that anyone ever did that in country music. So I think maybe that's what happened. I got stamped there for doing that. It was a statement. I didn't know that it was a statement at the time, but I think maybe that's where the labeling came from. Many people since me in country music have done that, and they don't seem to get that same...
Sucks being a groundbreaker.
I think as a woman in the music business world, it's still not easy to get taken seriously. There's no doubt about it. Like, I know when Mutt says something, it gets taken more seriously than if I were to say it. And for as long as women are bearing children, that will always be considered, I think, their true place. I don't know why, it's just human nature. But it doesn't mean that when it comes to business, that a woman is not as capable of making intelligent, authoritative decisions. So this is the part I have a problem with, and we're not there yet.
Man, I feel like a woman.
It's kind of like I've got these two worlds. I've got this glamorous entertainment world, and I've got this rustic bush life, and I've always had both. Always. I mean, I've been singing all my life. I've always been a performer, and I find that as a performer, that means all the way around. That means when you're in the public eye and you're entertaining or doing anything that has to do with your career, I mean, I think it's just something you want to look your best. It's just all part of it, and I enjoy that part of it. I love that.
That don't impress me much. So yeah, got the moves, but have you got the touch? Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're all right, but that won't keep me warm in the middle of the night. That don't impress me much.
Tutoring? I never heard that. Oh, that's really funny.
You haven't heard the tutoring one?
No. No, not at all. How funny. You know, if I see somebody I know reading one of those trash magazines, I say, why do you read that stuff? Well, you know, there's always the response, well, there's always sometimes, you know, a little wee bit of truth in there. No, many times there's not even, you know, a speck of truth like that one. No, I did not tutor Britney Spears.
Have you had to develop a thick skin over the years?
I started off with a thick skin. I think that my childhood helped in a big way there. You know, being the kid that goes to school without a lunch, going through winter with rubber boots, that toughened me up a lot as a kid and equipped me for being a fighter. I let everything roll off my back that's negative. Everyone's bound to have opinions, and some opinions aren't good. They're not positive. So what? It's not going to affect the way I write my next song. The bottom line has always just been a passion for music. I love music. There are always stories to tell. There are always songs to write. Right now, I'm just looking and going, wow, I'm just so grateful. Oh.
gave a cocky statement when Come On Over was releasing. Well, this is going to top The Woman in Me.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, right. Well, it did. It more than topped it. And you're saying the same about this, that this will even top Come On Over.
No, I'm not saying that. I do have a different approach this time. I don't know that it will. Because the last one was just so big. That was bigger than big. So how do I do that? I don't know. I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. I just don't feel like I need to beat my last one. I need to be better than my last one. I'm always trying to improve. I want to write better songs. I have a personal goal with myself to just always try to be better. I'm not trying to beat my sales. I don't know, there's something soulless about that. I'm more interested in just being better at what I do as far as writing music. The songs are everything. My deepest and greatest pride is in writing a good song. I want to write songs that people connect with. That is my personal goal. It's my goal to make that my philosophy. Of course, I mean, I'm an optimistic person. I'm a can-do person. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. That's just the way I am. I just can't imagine looking at life any other way. My approach to songwriting often reflects that, and Up is just no exception.
'Cause I'm keeping you forever and for always. We will be together all of our days. Wanna wake up every morning to your sweet face.
I like to be with him as much as possible. But I've really made sure that there's a lot of different people in his life, and I'm really make sure that I'm there for him at any key moment, and I've just had the greatest quality time with him. And I've enjoyed it so much. So I think he's well on his way. He's a very independent little guy.
Is that one of the reasons to move to Switzerland, is just to sort of get away? I imagine here you can go into a grocery store and you're not going to get mobbed.
Yes, I do my own grocery shopping and take Asia for walks and go to the park, and I have complete privacy. There's very few countries that I would have been able to do that in and still be connected to the world. And so here I feel very central. My family love coming here to visit, so we still get to spend time together. It's a great place for Asia to grow up because we're not such a center of attention here. It's just that peace that I get here that's so important, and I couldn't get that in North America. I long so desperately for my privacy, and I tend to be a little reclusive. Everyone says that Mutt's reclusive, but it's actually me. I don't want to live in a city anywhere in North America where I get a lot of attention. I like to escape the attention. I just like to be my real self. And I need somewhere really kind of out of the way to be able to do that. I just love to travel. I love to move around. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll go full circle and end up right back in Timmins, Ontario. Who knows? But
I think she's an amazing artist, and she's a great girl and makes great records. And she's sold a record to every single person on the face of the earth.
She's been painted as breaking down barriers. Do you see that?
Absolutely, she kicked it down.
What drives you now? You've, I'm sure, exceeded all your goals.
now it's just simply passion for music. I have a passion for music. Maybe that's always been the drive. I think the bottom line has always just been a passion for music. I love music. I love creating music. I love singing music. And that drives me on. I'm doing it for pleasure. There's no other reason. There are always stories to tell. There are always songs to write. And I love to be creative. That is something I will always do.
I'm having a party for two. Inviting nobody.
So essentially, this is a pause.
It's a pause to reflect. It's just been a really powerful decade for me. So for me, it's a reflection.
I've always gotten the impression that you don't stop to smell the roses.
I'm learning how to do that more now, literally. And I think Asia has helped that a lot. So having a child makes you really look close at your priorities. You know, I've been married now, I guess it's 11 years. We're still happy and we're still married. We're still in love. Right now, I'm just looking and going, wow, I'm just so grateful. The greatest hits, it's making me reflect and say, up to this point, all of this has been accomplished, and it makes you feel as if you've made it. No one can take that away from me, and I like that feeling. It's just to be able to look back at 10 years of continual success, of constant active career, that feels really good. Now, the first time I've really ever been able to reflect on it really makes me think, wow, I've arrived or something. I've made it. I don't know. You know.
Life is good?
Life is good.
Life is amazing.
So Wendy, who's a principal here at the Timmins High School where Shania went, doesn't know Keegan, but Keegan is Shania's nephew. And so this is where she went to high school. Does it ever cease to amaze you how one student can like put a whole town on a map internationally?
She's just a super role model for our kids. She had a goal and just worked really, really hard to achieve it, and she is what she is now because of that work ethic.
Keegan, where are you taking us here to in Timmins?
This is the house she originally grew up in.
So this is Keegan. Keegan was saying that Shania used to live here a long time ago. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
Can you feel something special about this house?
Not really, no.
This is the place where she used to come and perform when she was a little girl.
So it doesn't exist anymore?
No.
It's kind of sad to see it boarded up like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad too.
Long lost memories.
Yeah, I was thinking of the fact that I'm just thirsty. I wouldn't mind having a couple pints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what we got to do, though? The Shania Twain Center is being opened up. And Shania is actually there to actually cut the ribbon to the brand new Shania Twain Center that she's here for. I got to get over there. What is happening today, Mayor Victor Power?
What's happening today, Bill, is that we're having the official opening of the Shania Twain Center. Shania Twain, as you know, has been back to Timmins many times since she made it on the world scene. We just haven't had an official opening. So we're going to use this visit by Shania Twain to good advantage. She will officially open this edifice.
I have just, for the very first time, have officially walked through the Shania Twain Center. It's just gone well beyond my expectations. Again, just thank you so much for the support for the center. I hope it helps Timmins. I finally made it. Thank you for your patience. Pull it tight. Well, pull it tight. Pull it tight. Okay, here we go.